Hi, it's Michele on November 7th, 2021, the same day as the first video that was put up. I have since gotten a response from Kim Wilson TV. She left a comment that she had already called the Vancouver police. Now, she's in Mexico, and I am in Vancouver. Vancouver's my hometown, and she's called my police. Although that's not really the way it works. You're supposed to call your local police, and then if you have a case, then they do something from there. And then you come to Vancouver for any kind of legal court actions. So if she comes to Vancouver, then legal actions, very serious. It would be nice if we could lure her into Vancouver because a murder investigation has to be opened for Michael Jacobson. And charges have to be laid for everything she did to me. There is court action happening against her anyway. Now, I'm going to say this right now. At the end of this video, I'm putting up the video from Tegan Campbell, the girl who was the daughter of Brad, another man that she fleeced and abused very, very badly, and the daughter abused the daughter very, very badly. That video has been taken down. I guess Tegan took it down, just didn't want anything more to do with Kim. But I'm going to add it to the end of my video here, so you can actually hear her true story. It's really hard. It's really harsh. It's really disheartening. And you can see how cruel Kim was, how she reacted to her. Literally call her mentally ill. But this has to be dealt with. This has to be dealt with. This is what Kim did to me online. We're talking about prolific. There's no judge in the world that would not see that this person is deranged and dangerous. Like killer dangerous. Life-threatening dangerous. Not like unhinged, untethered, not living in reality, not all the way here, and quite clearly unable to control herself, unable to monitor herself, unable to see herself and see how crazy she really, really looks. My sister Lorene has completely denounced her in court because Kim used my sister Lorene to lay these false charges against me. She's the one who got them going. That's conspiracy. Even that's against the law. Conspiracy to lay charges. They set me up for charges, and then Kim tried to charge me again with some kind of breach. They're trying to set me up for some kind of a breach. That's what she did to her sister. That's how she crushed her sister's life. She somehow managed to get some charges against her sister, and then she just kept the breach charges going. And she kept throwing her sister in jail and throwing her sister in jail and taking her sister's son until she destroyed her sister. Sister became an alcoholic and a drug addict. And what didn't used to be like that. Kim got her on drugs. Kim introduced her to crack cocaine, introduced her to that world. Christy was a softie, and she was younger. She was my little sister's age. So my sister didn't really even know how bad Kim was until she got involved in this. And my sister full on said to the judge, I didn't know how crazy Kim was until she got me involved in these charges. And then after a while, because the judge really probed her, Kim ended up being a huge part of the court case. All right. And she's still going to be. There's more court action happening because of her. She has done so much damage. It's unbelievable. And yet she thinks she's not done. All right. This girl literally came to my Getter. I didn't do anything to her. She has come to my Getter profile on social media, new social media, opened up 2 accounts and proceeded to place these false charges from 3.5 years ago. 3.5 years ago, false charges that don't exist anymore, but she's going to literally start stalking me again on my new social media with my new friend. She's going to humiliate me and drag me down into her reptilian, low-frequency, demon-possessed insanity. Like, she's a stalker. She's been stalking me for 45 years, since grade 8. She used to come into my work. She stalked me in Toronto when I was living in Toronto. She has stalked me. She will not leave me alone. And so we're going to start court action against her. This is a formal cease and desist order against Kim Wilson, that she not talk about our family ever again. Do not use my brothers, my sisters, my father, my mother's names, our names, my nieces, nephews, my name. She's used our name over and over and over again. She was literally on Getter speaking on behalf of my family, using my entire family's name, speaking on behalf of them as if she was a spokesman. Their lawyer. She's so deranged. She's so mentally ill and deranged. She has these delusions of grandeur. She thinks she's somebody she's not. This is so typical of narcissists and psychopaths. I mean, she really honestly believes she's an authority. Like, like a god authority. Okay, she can put up 7 videos about me, lie about me profusely to the point of that's what's happening to her. That's what's happening to her. Those 7 videos, they've stayed up for a reason. We wanted to prove that she would absolutely do anything to keep them up. And so, and look at her reacting now. She's gone absolutely ballistic because one video has gone up of me telling the truth. Now, a murder investigation does have to open on Michael Jacobson. So our hope is that she will try to use the Vancouver police and get something here, because that'll be the minute the investigate. We have to somehow get her into Vancouver to charge her for, I mean, maybe they can even pick her up in Mexico. I mean, murder crosses all state lines too, okay? It's murder. It's capital murder. There's no one else that was in the house. Michael Jacobson died of a heroin overdose. It's in the coroner's report. It specifically says, the coroner said, a formal report that says that Michael Jacobson could not have put that much heroin into his own body, that he would have passed out before he could have gotten all of it into his body, that it was literally impossible for him to have gotten that amount in his body. And the only other person that could have done it was Kim. She was home on a remote island in a remote location with their brand new children, 3 children, one after another. So it was either the children, the babies, who she said she was downstairs sleeping with, or her. So which one was it? Because it couldn't have been Michael. It couldn't have been suicide. It couldn't have been him, or it couldn't have been accidental overdose, because the coroner already said that. So that formal report should be enough to bring charges. Now, the Vancouver police did go over to her house on Bowen Island and say, get out of town. That's when she went to Mexico, because I think they suspected her too. I mean, they got the coroner's report too. And they knew she had these 3 young kids. So I guess they basically just, was like, they just basically didn't want to process it. Let her go. She literally got away with it. But she's not going to anymore. I grew up with Michael Jacobson. He was a good guy. He was mixed up. She was the worst thing that ever happened to him. She got him into drugs. I mean, he was never as bad as he became with her. That's just the effect she has on people. And he deserves a murder trial. And I feel, and I knew him as a child. He played soccer with my brother. And he was a sweet kid. And then he grew up and he started going out with her. And it was just, and then he was dead of a heroin overdose. Stuff happens around her. Just the fact that she could even threaten to call the police after she should be taking accountability, but she's not going to. She has no sense of accountability, no remorse, no guilt, no nothing. She has fear she's going to get caught. That's it. So go ahead. Please do pursue the Vancouver police. This is, again, a reminder, formal cease and disorder notice to Kimberly Jean Wilson, from my entire family. I've spoken with my father about everything that's gone on. The judge also knows everything that's gone on. I've got the transcripts. We have the transcripts. See, it says verbatim. Okay, we've got the transcripts. My sister Lorene has denounced Kim. They're not working together in any way, shape, or form. Lorene wants nothing to do with Kim, made that very clear to the judge, has nothing more to do with her. Thinks she's crazy and evil. Really didn't have anything good at all to say to her. She was just basically disgusted that she got so sucked in. Now, my sister and Lorene and I haven't patched things up yet, but she's sick right now, and I'm feeling pretty sorry for her that way. Although I have to, there's a lot of legal stuff that still has to be dealt with. And it does have to do with Kim, because she won't stop stalking me. So we need restraining orders. Our family, like I said, she's being told now, and I know she's getting this, because she's already acknowledged by leaving that, she was set up for that. She fell for it. She acknowledged that she has seen these. So she's being told now, do not use my family's name. Do not associate yourself to our family in any way, shape, or form. Legal action will be brought against you. My brother Connor isn't going to tolerate that kind of stuff either, and you're literally using his name and speaking for him. He thinks you're a nutcase. My whole family thinks you're absolutely crazy, Kim, and we don't want to have anything to do with you. My mother never, ever, ever liked you. No one's ever liked you. My sister fell for your con for a very short time because you're a con artist, and she regretted it. So that's it. The next video is from Tegan Campbell, the daughter of Brad, who Kim really abused. That's a really sad story. Broke him. Like, just broke him. This person is the biggest bully ever. And this is what she did to her sister. Like, threw her in jail, kept her from her son. The more hysterical Christy got trying to see her son, the more Kim used it against her and threw her in jail. And then the more Christy drank, and then the more Kim just laughed at her and called her a drunk. Kim is 100% responsible for the toxic demise of her sister, Christy. Rest in peace, Christy. I'm doing this for Christy. A lot of this is for Christy. I told her I would. When she died, I actually said, Christy, we're going to take care of Kim. Something's going to happen. We're going to finally get her charged. Something has to happen. This person needs to be legally dealt with. The police have to stop accommodating her and falling for her. The problem is she's so hysterical. She lies so profusely that the police think that they're dealing with a, oh, he said, she said thing. And Kim figured that out a long time ago. Just lie. Just lie. And it works. So it just has to stop working, and that's what's going to happen now. My family are not going to tolerate this anymore. She's not welcome anywhere around us, and if she steps a foot back in Vancouver, charges will be laid against her immediately. So here's Tegan Campbell. Thank you for listening.
Hey, thank you for clicking on this video. Whether you came from Val's Toxic Free channel, or you came through my links, or you just come across this randomly, which this might be kind of confusing. I'm making this video to bring awareness around an individual who abused myself and my family, and to back up Val from Toxic Free. I don't need to make this video. This person has been out of my life for the past 15 years, and my life has been pretty good without them. I could continue that. But after seeing what this person has been doing, after seeing that this person is preying on, manipulating, and exploiting victims of abuse, someone from her past needs to come out and say something. I won't be making a series of videos about this person. This is just a final statement about this person. Her name is Kim Wilson. She runs a YouTube channel called Kim Wilson TV. Her channel is designed around the claim that she is a victim of narcissistic abuse. She claims that she is here to help others who are victims of narcissistic abuse. She claims her abuser's name is Trevor. Anyone who personally knows Kim's history would know that if Trevor existed, he would either be in jail or worse, and there would be record of him. If you are coming from Kim's community and you don't believe anything that I have to say, that's okay. It was my life. I have lived it. It is something that I've come to accept. So it's my reality. My family knows. My closest friends know. People of Kim's past know. I just can't believe the story of Trevor because there is no reality in which Kim would allow someone to take advantage of her. Based on my experience with Kim, if she did endure any abuse, it was something that she provoked and incited in her own life for some gain, probably financial. If you've known Kim, you know that that is her game. She has moved around a lot, opened many businesses. She owes a lot of people money. She has a history of taking and leaving, taking and leaving. My dad dated Kim for a few years. We lived with them during that time, but not long into living with them did her veil start to fall. The truths started to become lies, and we began to realize that maybe we didn't know this person at all. Kim revealed herself to be a very angry person. She verbally abused myself and my dad. Her sons physically abused my dad daily, pushing him, throwing rocks at his car on his way to work. One of them even broke his nose. Their goal was to constantly corner us and provoke us to have us do something that they could implicate us with. But my dad and I knew what was going on based on learning things about Kim, that we needed to try to get out of this situation as cleanly as possible. It was constant fighting, constant screaming. Neighbors called the cops. My mom would even call the cops when I would be on the phone with her, and she could hear Kim screaming in the background. It got so bad that eventually I just left. I told my dad I moved 4 hours away. Looking back, I regret leaving my dad alone in that house, but it was absolutely not safe for me to be there. Mentally, physically, as a 16-year-old, you shouldn't live in fear. You should be going to school, hanging out with your friends, learning about yourself, growing. But I was just in constant fight or flight mode. While I was gone, my dad ended up segregating himself from the rest of the household. He had a room for himself that he had a deadbolt on the door. He stopped eating with them. He wouldn't eat their groceries. He was genuinely scared for his life. My dad has email records and diaries of daily occurrences that he has emailed to himself, just in case something happened to him. That if something happened to him, there would be something to expose. Based on Kim's history of past relationships, he had every reason to be afraid. He has voicemails saved. He has emails to lawyers and abuse counselors. PSA, there definitely needs to be more resources for men enduring abuse. Basically, he was always advised, just get out when you can, as easily as you can. Don't do anything that could make you look like you provoked this behavior from them. My dad was responsible for all the bills. The house was paid for by him. Kim owned stores under my dad's credit cards, which she ran all of those businesses to the ground. She owes a lot of people money. Skimming over a lot of years of abuse, when this relationship was finally coming to an end and they were going to sell the house, Kim wasn't going to let this dissolve easily. Kim would ensure that my dad would have to make some form of sacrifice to get out of this relationship. Kim gathered her 5 boys in the kitchen one night, and she called my dad in. There were papers on the table. She instructed my dad to sign those papers. If he didn't, she stated to my dad that she was prepared to smash her face on the table and abuse herself in a way, in sexually and physically abusing her, and that she had all of her sons prepared with a story to corroborate what she was going to claim. So obviously my dad signed the papers. So my dad got nothing out of this. He endured debt, emotional abuse. When you're living in fear, you're in constant fight or flight. You just want to get out. This video would be very, very long if I went into every incident that happened with Kim. But bottom line is she's a cruel person. She was constantly drunk, calling me names, calling me worthless, talentless, that I would never amount to anything. I was 15, 16 years old, and I didn't have anywhere to call my own home. I had nowhere safe to be. It stunted a huge part of my emotional development, and caused very deep-rooted emotional responses in me that I still talk myself through today. I know now that, as the saying goes, misery loves company. Kim only projects and breeds pain and hate. She projects that pain into people to try and gain what she is taking from them. The people who follow her are coming from one situation of abuse. They're emotionally vulnerable. They're not themselves. They're not complete. They're not whole. And they're going right into another scenario of abuse. It's the perfect place for her to hide in plain sight. The stories of abuse that she claims to have endured are just stories of her own admittance. Knowing that people are feeling sad and weak makes her feel strong and powerful. It makes her feel so much more capable to see people feel powerless. She is the absolute truest definition of a wolf in sheep's clothing. Through fear that anyone in her past that she has wronged isn't going to bother interrupting their life to try and confront her. I hope by me speaking up about him, I hope that others will do the same at some capacity that they're comfortable with. Kim has gone to many lengths to try and shut down anyone who has spoken up against her, even creating fake accounts to harass those people. So if you've watched this through and you connect with my sentiment that victims should feel confident to speak up against their abuser and be able to call people out, then please like this video, comment. Even if you want to comment about something that you've endured that has nothing to do with Kim, but if you just need to let something out, do that. Kim now owns a store in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. It's called Art Viviente. Sorry if I butchered that. She hasn't posted a video in 6 months, so I assume the store has been taking her attention. She's had people leaving comments, very worried about where she is and how she's doing, and she hasn't been responding to them. The only people that she responds to are people who make comments about how beautiful she looks. She absorbed as much financial gain as she could from her YouTube channel and is now onto what she really wants to do. She's busy with her shop. She doesn't care about these victims that she has dragged along on this journey. I will link a photo of her actually standing in the shop that she was opening, which is open now. So if you've been concerned about her whereabouts, you know exactly where she is. If she has helped you, that's an absolute miracle. And I hope that your journey of self-love and self-discovery continues to flourish. But I truly hope it goes in another direction and that you don't linger around Kim's community. I will leave links below of Val's Toxic Free channel and her playlist that documents some other very questionable things that Kim has done online recently. And I will also link Kim's channel so that you know who I'm talking about and can maybe see some of the inconsistencies. Thank you again for watching. Stay inside, drink water, and tell yourself that you love yourself if you need that. Thank you.